Hey y'all, what is up? So y'all are probably wondering what I am doing right now. And if you have any concerns when it comes to virtual learning and manual skills, well, you can do something similar to what I am doing, okay? What I'm doing is whenever we review a certain topic and it applies or is related to a manual skill, what I'm doing is making up a skills supplies packet specifically for that skill. So today, for instance, in my three classes, we talked about hand hygiene, and well, we really didn't talk about well, yeah, we did. We talked about hand hygiene. That wasn't the lecture for the day, but I like to start on my skills early, my manual skills early. So I usually just start out with hand hygiene and PPE, right? So after today's lecture, that's exactly what we did. I went and I talked about hand hygiene and just briefly spoke about infection control and isolation precautions and PPE, right? I demonstrated to them how to perform. I'm trying to see. Okay, yeah, it is recording. It didn't look like it was recording, but I demonstrated to them how to perform hand hygiene the way Prometric wants test aid candidates to perform according to CDC guidelines. And then I also demonstrated to them how to don and remove PPE, just the gown and gloves. I did let them know about the different PPE items that need to be worn with, each particular isolation precaution. But, like I said, I just, demonstrated the gown and gloves with them. So anyways, these are the packages. Yes, these are the packages, and you yourself can do this. Now, I know for your CNA, I believe that they're actually selling supply packages for like $69, $70, right? But why spend all that money? I mean, especially if you have a boatload of students, right? Spending $70 per student when you can actually utilize the supplies that you have in your lab, right? And it's going to come out to be so much cheaper, right? Instead of paying $70 per child, you're probably only going to be spending anywhere from $12 to $15 per child, if that, right? If that, when you use your own supplies. So what do I have in my PPE kit for the students? I actually have 3 gowns. Okay, 1, 2, 3 isolation gowns. So that will give them at least, twice they can practice. They can actually reuse, 2 of the gowns, because I told them save 1 gown and 1 pair of gloves for evaluation, right? For me to evaluate you. But the other 2 pairs, the other 2 gowns, they can, reuse. They can go to the store and buy a box of gloves for like $5 or $6. But I have the 3 gowns, and then I have the 3 pairs of gloves. Okay, and my hands are clean because I washed my hands beforehand. But that's what you can do, right? And then just like for any other skills, let's say you're, ambulation, well, give them a gait belt. Give them a gait belt and a hospital gown. And if you don't have enough supplies, to give everyone a hospital gown and a gait belt, just do a certain amount of students each time. Maybe 5 students here, 6 students here, or 10 students, at a time. Let them keep the supplies for a couple of days, and then have them evaluate them, and then have them to bring it back, drop it off, do a drive-by drop-off, right? You sanitize all the supplies, and then you reissue them to another group of students, right? So just a little tip that I hope that you can use. With this virtual training, it's, new to a lot of folks, right? And a lot of times, you know, you don't know what to do, especially when it comes to manual skills. You know, how are my students going to practice? How am I going to demonstrate these skills with them? Well, I mean, that's sort of, you know, easy because you can record yourself and demonstrate, right? How are my students going to re-demonstrate, and how am I going to evaluate them? This is it. Just package them up, some supplies, using your lab supplies. It's going to cost you much, much less than the $69, $70 something odd dollars you would pay to purchase a little kit through CNA. I think it's for your CNA or something like that, right? Right? So you can just use your own supplies that you have. And so that's it. That's my tip for virtual learning today. Okay, when it comes to manual skills. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope y'all can use this idea. Thank you. Ciao.